Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll touch on this subject, the inner mastery. You know, if we go into Hermetic principles, the 7 Hermetic principles that are about, the first one is mentalism, second the principle of correspondence, the third one is the principle of vibration, then the fourth one is the principle of polarity, the fifth one the principle of rhythm, the sixth one the principle of cause and effect, and the seventh one the principle of gender. When we study those principles, we recognize that it was about the mastery of our internal world, embodying the sacred knowledge that can help us to learn to work with life, to collaborate with life, to in tune with the purpose that was kinda planted into our soul, so we can slowly in tune back with it and start working on it, right? And there are 10 steps towards mastering your inner self, so you can in tune with yourself and you can embrace whatever life is offering to you, so you can find wisdom in those offerings, in those experiences, and you can learn the most from it, so you can embody what you've learned and therefore transform and let go of what you've overgrown, right? So you stop repeating past mistakes and you evolve on that conscious level. So the first step is to cultivate self-awareness. This is the first step. To take time daily to reflect on your thoughts, emotions, and intentions. Understand what drives your actions and decisions. And this is something that is truly important. When it comes to inner mastery, we have to cultivate self-awareness. And this is something we need to be focused on every single day. When you wake up, like I said yesterday, take time and say some wonderful affirmations to yourself. Then meditate a little bit and reflect on your thoughts. See what is driving your thinking. Is it your environment? Are those certain people? Is this your present life situation? Whatever it is, you may think you can change it, but whatever you can change, you have to accept. So you stop fighting with it, and therefore you invest your energy into the wanting future. So you slowly start changing your life and adapting it to your vision for the future, right? So start cultivating self-awareness around your thoughts, around your emotions. Like, notice how do you feel. Just notice how do you feel. And when you don't like how you feel, like you are stressed or you are worried, or you're afraid, or you're sad, recognize how your breathing pattern was manipulated with those emotions. You will notice that every time you are in the slower emotions, your breathing pattern is much quicker and more shallow, right? And our breathing is like a key towards the change in energy within our bodies. Like when you start deepening your breaths and slowing them down, your body will naturally calm down. If you relax your muscles, you will notice that your body will calm down. As your body is calming down, your brain is calming down. In beta brainwave frequency, you're analyzing, criticizing, judging, comparing yourself with others, and so on. And therefore, you may be aroused, you may be stressed out, you may be angry, you may be worried, but when your body calms down and your brain calms down, you will enter into that beautiful alpha brainwave frequency where you will start to feel more calm. And when you start to feel more calm, you open up to creativity. And what is creativity? Well, creativity allows you to look through the challenges and to see potential solutions. That is a gift when you learn to cultivate self-awareness. The second step towards inner mastery is to set clear intentions, to define your goals and aspirations, something we've been talking yesterday about. And I want you to, if you haven't seen it, go and watch yesterday's video. It's really precise about setting goals, about breaking them down on smaller goals, making them measurable, making them realistic, and making them the way that you can make, really easy small steps out of them. Define your goals and aspirations. Clarify what you want to achieve in different areas of your life, like relationships, career, health, and maybe personal growth, whatever it is. Be intentional. Not many people truly take time and decide how they want to transform their lives. Doesn't matter how your life is right now. Doesn't matter how your relationships are right now. Know that everything starts with a relationship with yourself. Start expanding, or rather nurturing, that relationship with yourself. Become more honest with yourself. When you don't like something, be honest with yourself. You will notice that actually most of the time you've been lying to yourself. You're doing maybe you're at a certain job that you don't like it, and you're trying to lie to yourself that it's actually okay just so you would feel better. If you don't like that job, well, it's completely okay. You can hate it. Just work on a change. Recognize what you would rather do and make sure that in the next few years you will make those changes in your life so you can change your life, right? So you can maybe create a job if you can find nothing that exists that would satisfy you, right? You have to know that you have unique gifts, unique talents, and unique abilities that need to be seen, that need to be nurtured, that need to be trained. And if you're doing a job that doesn't help you to nurture that, well, maybe it's a time to consider to change it, or to start working on a certain hobby and maybe turn it into a mission, and study the options, maybe how to make money with it. And eventually that thing may grow. In few years that thing may become bigger than your job, and then if you make some brave moves, your hobby can turn into a mission that is also making you money. It's same in health, right? Be intentional. Be intentional. The third pillar to inner mastery is what ancient Chinese, Zen masters would call mindfulness. To learn to be more present in each moment. When faced with a decision or situation, pause to consider your intentions before taking actions. In mindfulness, a great lesson is about how to stop reacting to life. Whatever is happening, before reacting, pause yourself and really think deeply, what's your intention right now? What's your intention? Do I want to hurt someone, or I actually need to take time to see clearly what is happening, right? Do I want to find a solution, or I just want to express my anger towards someone? Whatever it is, in mindfulness we can learn how to live more presently, right? How to live in the present moment, and how to react less and respond more consciously, more intentionally, more mindfully. That is the third pillar to inner mastery. The fourth pillar is to listen to your inner voice, inner calling, inner heart, intuition, or however you want to say. You've heard it before, but I know it's not really easy to embody that, because your heart doesn't just say to you, hey, right now you can quit your job because there's a better opportunity, so take it easy and do this and those things and everything will work well. It doesn't work like that. You have to actually earn an honor of your heart. That's why many great masters from the past said, you have to be worthy of wisdom. You have to be worthy of wisdom, and your heart is filled with wisdom because it comes from your soul. Soul only takes what is learned from experiences, and that is wisdom, right? That's how soul is expanding. Soul is expanding through experiences, not through what you intellectually have learned, not through books that you've read, not through videos that you've watched, but through actual experiences you've been through. You've decided to make something hard or to do something hard, and you did it. And you've been through fear, you've been through anxiety, you've been through anger, you've been through frustrations, and you've done it anyway. That's how you're gaining wisdom. Getting the feedback of those experiences with insights, lessons, and knowledge. And if you're able to notice that, you will grow. You will grow. And that's how your heart is speaking to you. You have to learn to trust that intuitive voice, that inner wisdom. Sometimes your heart will say, hey, you are really bored right now. You have to go outside and be more active, because it's not healthy. It's not healthy to lay around all day long. Or it's not healthy to constantly keep consuming that food that is poisoning your body. It's not healthy. Your heart will say that. And you might say, oh, I don't want to quit that. It's too comfortable. Right? And you're saying no to your inner wisdom. Or whatever is your thing. You have to learn to trust intuition. And sometimes people are wondering how to recognize the difference between fear and intuition. Right? Because sometimes fear may kind of manipulate you out of doing some great acts. Like you may have an idea that you want to start a new business. That would be something that would empower you and maybe free you from a certain life situation. But then your fear turns in and says, you will not succeed it. Stop dreaming that big, because you will never gonna make it. And then people think it's intuition, right? But the difference between fear and intuition is that whatever fear says to you, it will usually pull you back into the comfort zone. And whatever intuition says to you often triggers some fear and often awakens some anxiety. So fear wants to pull you back into the comfort zone. So you have to ask yourself, will this help me to grow? When you have a dream, when you have a great idea, will this help me to grow? Will this also help others? If I achieve it, will this be helpful for others as well? Will this make me a better person? And if the answer is yes, then your heart is speaking to you. Never ignore it. Make choices that resonate with your true self and your values. You have to have values for your life. And again, that's something we've been talking yesterday. I said to you, you have to know what is your inner truth, so you can live in awareness of your inner truth. So you can know what resonates with you, right? What vibes with you. Be aware of that. The fifth pillar is to align your actions with intentions. Ensure that your daily actions are in line with your intentions. If a task or activity doesn't contribute positively, reconsider its place in your life. This is something truly, truly important to understand and to know, because we may be intentional, we may have good intentions, but do bad acts with them, right? Sometimes parents have good intentions for their kids and they want the best for them, so they kind of force them into a certain education, or they force them to go after a certain job, but they had a good intention. But we have to remember what Alan Watts said: road to hell is paved with good intentions. Not always, but often. Sometimes governments may share with you on the news Good intentions, they're good intentions. We'll do this, we'll do that. But their actions are a reflection of something else, right? So a wisdom here is to align your actions with your intentions. When you say, I am healthy, I am strong, I am confident, now let's walk like that. And when you start walking, you may feel, oh, I'm not so confident, oh, I'm not so strong. Of course not, you haven't trained yourself to be it, but it doesn't mean that you can't become it, right? Even if you just remove the letter T out of the can't, you will find can. And it's all about the mental attitude towards yourself. So align actions with your intentions, and every single moment keep reminding yourself, are my actions aligned with my intentions right now? And just, see what comes up. The sixth pillar is to embrace growth. Embrace growth, because it is happening all the time. You're growing all the time. Sometimes you may think that you're not, that you're falling down, that you've made few steps back. And it's completely okay. And sometimes you may lose inspiration, and you may lose motivation, and you may feel like your batteries are completely ran out. And it's okay. You just need to rejuvenate yourself, to recharge yourself. But embrace growth. Even in hard times, you are growing. View personal growth as an ongoing journey. Seek opportunities for learning, improvement, and self-discovery in any moment. Even right now, even when it feels hard, I've trained myself to see an opportunity for growth anytime something triggers me, anytime something hard happens. And if it is really heavy, I will meditate on it. Something I've shared with you before, I will meditate on it. And I will think clearly about what happened. I will be objective as possible, and I will see what comes up. Every time something comes up, like an insight or, a realization, oh yes, that's what I've missed. Because in this reactive state, we can't fully notice the lessons, but, sometimes we go to sleep, and before we fall into sleep, an insight hits us. And say, yeah, that's what I've missed, right? So embrace growth. Wherever you are growing. The seventh pillar is about balance and harmony. Strive for balance in all aspects of your life. Allocate time and energy to various pursuits, and prioritize self-care to maintain overall harmony. This is something that is really important. Balance creates harmony, but also harmony creates balance. So they work hand in hand. And whatever we focus on, if we focus on balance, we recognize, okay, if I'm working a lot, I also need to rest a lot. If I'm talking a lot, I also should listen more, right? If I'm listening a lot but not talking much, therefore, I'm not using my voice, so I should talk more. I should use my voice. I should express my opinions, my truth, my voice. So whatever it is that is kind of lacking balance, keep discovering it, because you will harmonize yourself as you're balancing yourself. But sometimes we have to look at it from another perspective. Is my life in harmony right now? Is my environment or the place where I'm living in harmony? Do I need to refresh it a little bit? Do I need to put some paintings on the wall? You can find prints of my art in our Etsy shop. Link is in the description of this video. And do you need to harmonize this thing right now? And you will see you will start to feel more in balance. This is a really important pillar here when it comes to inner mastery. We all know those things, but how often we are embodying them. So this is a reminder for you. The eighth one is even more important. Learn to adapt and adjust. If we are not adapting to what's happening, we may go crazy because the world is changing so fast and so much of new information is coming out. We have to adapt to it. We have to adjust ourselves and we have to keep moving forward. We have to work on clarity and clear thinking so We don't just consume everything, right? So be aware of that. You have a capacity to adapt to anything and to be adjustable. But make sure that you are adapting yourself, not somebody else. Because if somebody else is adapting you, then you will feel like a puppet. And it's not a beautiful sensation. So make sure that you are driving your vessel, that you are the main architect of your life. The ninth pillar is to express gratitude. There's a lot of science around the power of gratitude, to recognize and appreciate the moments of harmony and success you've created through your intentional actions. Look back and see how many great things you've achieved because of the use of intention and alignment of intentional acts, right? Just look back and see it. If you can't find anything, be grateful for your health. Be grateful for small things, for the drinkable water, for the air you have to breathe, for beautiful nature you see when you go out. Be grateful and practice expanding gratitude. I want to challenge you right now. Take a list of paper and write down at least 10 things you are grateful for. At least 10 things you're grateful for right now, and let me know how you think after that. And the last one, the last pillar, really beautiful one, share your symphony. Inspire and uplift others through your harmonious actions. Your example can encourage those around you to embrace their own journey and self-mastery, and that is something really, really beautiful and profound that is happening in the society as more and more people are waking up and in tuning with their inner callings, doing more of what they feel inspired to do. And because of our mirror neurons in the brain, we naturally start copying the behaviors of others. So when we see more happy people, more excited and joyful people, we start to think like what that person has done in his or her life. And eventually we come to the information like, what could we do to feel better, to feel more alive, right? So the power is always within us. We just have to use the right questions, and we have to know where to look for the answers. Sometimes they may appear out of nowhere, like a book that can find us, or a video that can find us through algorithms or through synchronicities. But we just know, oh, I needed to hear that, right? So share your symphony, share your beautiful light with others, but don't force it. Sometimes people are not yet ready to hear what you have to say. So be willing to open up and share yourself, maybe on social media a little bit more, or maybe in a certain community. You never know how many people you can help once you embrace yourself and acknowledge that actually you are much wiser than you thought you are, or than you think you are. So, my friends, I hope you found something valuable today. I'm sending you all lots of love, blessings, and power. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting, and have a beautiful day. Till next time, one love.